Ooh, that was nice. I like that clap, and I like the fact that it's Tuesday. Welcome back to another episode of Hot News, friends. Just want to remind you that every single weekday we have a Hot News live stream over on Twitch. It's not just us recounting the news of the day, but us also getting a chance to chat with you, catch up on everything. So if you want to follow us, twitch.tv/UFToskipple, you can come join the shenanigans. We do it 12 p.m. Eastern time, again, every single weekday. So it'd be much appreciated if you checked us out there. Maybe consider tossing us a Twitch Prime sub here and there too. Who knows? Well, who knows when NVIDIA is going to stop. I'm so done. I gave up. I gave up with NVIDIA when it came to the 10 series, which, in case you don't remember, NVIDIA launched a whole heckin' dozen of GTX 1060s. And I was so young and chipper. Look at me in this video. The naivete and the recklessness on this man's face, not knowing what was coming for him. We had so many GTX 1050s launching that it man. It's aged me quite a lot. Anyways, well, we're not done. We're not done. They're doing the same thing for the GTX 16 series because we're getting another card. We're getting another GTX 16 series, even though we're expecting the launch of the RTX 30 series, like in a couple of months, like 2 months is when we're anticipating the next gen cards. We're getting another freaking one. Okay, you ready for this? You ready to break this down? We got images of this TU116 die, which doesn't sound all that crazy, but what if I told you that, number one, Video Cards has a really great breakdown on this. The GTX 1650 was launched with the TU117 chip with GDDR5 memory. Then they came out with the GTX 1650 Super on the TU116 chip. Then they updated it with GDDR6. So you had a GTX 1650 Super and then a regular one with GDDR6, but then they made one with a TU106 125 core, which was essentially, was it RTX 2070 cut down, and it was a 90 watt TDP instead of the 75 watt. Well, we're getting another one. What am I, DJ Khaled? GTX 1650 GDDR6 with the TU116 150 core, which means that it's a cut down 1660 instead of the 1650. And this is what is used in the 1650 Super, but instead of giving it the 1650 Super moniker, they're giving it the GTX 1650. And I can't even keep up. Why do this? Why so many names? I know the reason why. I know it has to do with profitability and making sure that you have cores that you're selling. If they can't necessarily meet the spec, they actually need to still ship them off. So they cut them down, call them something new. It's a lot to keep track. Can we stop? It's time to stop. I'm going to stop.
It's time to stop!
But you know who's not stopping? TSMC. No, my friends, they're going straight to the moon. They're now the biggest semiconductor company in the world with a market cap of $313 billion, crossing $66 a share, which obviously makes sense. TrendForce, a market intelligence provider, has said that TSMC is accounting for 52% of the global semiconductor foundry share alone, which obviously is insane. And we were talking about this on our Hot News live stream, that if TSMC did indeed go down, it likely would take down one of the largest companies, or at least hamper its market cap. Apple uses TSMC quite heavily. They're using TSMC to transition to Apple Silicon. If TSMC suddenly disappears, what's Apple going to do? Go to Samsung? They're going to go to Intel? Yeah, they could do that, but the restructuring and all of that, TSMC is super valuable. And the fact that it's less valued than Apple is crazy. But, end user products make people happy. And it doesn't look like you're getting new end user products out of Samsung's 5nm EUV node, at least according to a report coming from DigiTimes. The yields that are coming out from Samsung aren't quite good, which apparently is putting Qualcomm into some sad states because they have licensed the Snapdragon 875G to Samsung for the 5nm node, which means that this will likely be delayed. This is also kind of lining up with the fact that there's rumors out there that NVIDIA is switching to Samsung, but isn't really happy about that, but they had to do it because they tried to game TSMC, and TSMC didn't want to play ball. And so, yeah, Samsung not really able to keep up with the rapid pace that TSMC is developing at, which helps to re-solidify the fact that, yeah, number one market cap makes sense. And I want no cap the Ryzen 7 4700G. I desperately want this. I have my APU system torn out on my desk waiting to put the 47G in here. I'm not setting this thing back up until I get the precious precious 8-core APU. Well, I have some sad news on that, but we'll see if there's enough information by the time we release our brainless video tomorrow, which is our second channel, by the way. Go ahead and go check that out. Anyways, these things overclock well, is the whole point of this part, which is the Ryzen 7 4700G. If you submerge what looks to be a 240 millimeter AIO into ice, you can hit nearly 5 gigahertz across all cores, which pretty dang good. I like that. And I don't know if I like this. Mad Catz releasing a new RAT mouse, the RAT Pro X3 Supreme. Look at it. Take a gander of geese at this exo frame mouse. Let me know what you think of it. And let me know what you think of this price tag of $197.71 right now. This may be due to limited stock. It might not actually be the official price, but considering it says shipped and sold by Amazon and not by a third party, $200 may indeed be the price. Yikes. If you're going to pick one up, we'll have an Amazon affiliate link down below in the video description, so you let me know if you want to see one of these. But this is more my speed, the Akasa Maxwell Pro case. It is a 65-watt TDP fanless case for both Intel and AMD, as you can see here. This is something I would consider swapping this over. Maybe, yeah, with the 4700G, that would be 65 watts. Yes, Akasa, if you're watching this, I will give up my Inwin B1 for your case. So just let's communicate about that. I couldn't find a place to buy this, but I'm heavily interested. And Logic, heavily interested in retiring for 2 days. He announced that he would be retiring from his music career after his final album dropped. Well, a couple days later, which was yesterday, he announced that he has a 7-figure Twitch deal after retiring from music to be Twitch's first music streamer. And he said in response to this, "I'm not this rapper guy, man. I'm just a nerd. I love video games. I'm blessed enough to have millions of fans and followers, so it's a great partnership." He did not specify the exact amount, but did note that it's in the 7-figure range. There's a lot of cash. Bruh. I'm actually personally surprised that Logic would be the first one to kind of partner with them, especially considering the fact that he hasn't streamed yet. Today is his first stream at 5 p.m. Eastern, but like, Mike Shinoda has been streaming on your platform, doing amazing stuff for quite some time. Like, Mike, come on, partner with Mike Shinoda. What are you doing? Bad move, Twitch. And bad move, Christopher Nolan. Somehow? No, good move. I don't know. Tenet was supposed to be releasing. It's getting indefinitely delayed, at least in the United States, with Warner Brothers coming out and saying that this is not going to be a traditional global worldwide release. At the same time, they're going to have to stagger the release, and they'll come out with release plans sometime soon. I think personally this is a bad idea, considering the fact that if you release it on other territories, it's more than likely going to get on websites, and more than likely people are going to pirate it, and more than likely this would affect your actual launch in theaters, considering the fact that people are just home right now. They don't really have much else better to do. Why not just allow us to pay for it? Charge me $20 to $30, Warner Brothers. I will watch this at home and I will pay for it. But, you know, I'll also pay for it when it comes out in theaters, but I'm not going to a movie theater for a friggin' long time. So, I mean, you want to make your money back on this, right? Just release it at home. Be cool about this, Warner Brothers. And Minecraft trying to be cool by just slyly moving away from the fact that Minecraft Realms, even though Minecraft is owned by Microsoft, they haven't been using Microsoft servers, they've been on Amazon. Well, they're transitioning now to Azure. So Mojang is moving that over. And move on over Hearts, in case you got to see the Nintendo Direct Mini that came out yesterday, which for a lot of JRPG fans gets a lot of people excited. Shin Megami Tensei 5 getting announced, as well as Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne getting a remaster that should be coming out sometime next year. This is a big deal because Nintendo announced that they were partnering with Atlus to bring this game out to the Switch, but then never talked about it since the launch. They've literally said nothing. So this is the first time that we're actually seeing about it, which is super exciting. This somehow gives me more hope for Persona 5 on the Switch, because obviously Atlus has developed it. This is actually also their first game that they're doing in Unreal Engine 4. I'll buy this. I'll buy whatever you release, Atlus. Just bring me Persona 5 on the Switch. I don't know how many times I need to beat that drum, but I'm going to keep going. And GOG Galaxy 2.0 is going to keep going when it comes to simplifying your gaming launcher library life. because they're now adding native Epic Games Store integration. You no longer need community integrations to do this. This joins Xbox Live as being one of their default integrations that are on there, so you can launch all your games and make sure all of your friends lists are all connected. GOG doing great stuff. CD Projekt Red, such good guys, doing some good stuff there, and some good stuff with SSDs are happening. Seagate announcing that the Xbox Series X storage expansion card site is now live. In case you wanted to look at this hard drive, which is coming out in holiday 2020, you can go look at the website and I guess sign up for when you can get notified to buy it, which is great because, you know, it's there. That's all I got. And apparently more than 30 FPS is what Insomniac Games got, because Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales is going to feature a performance mode, which Insomniac Games is saying is 4K 60 FPS in performance mode. Likely, I would guess that quality mode would be 4K 30, which is still okay. Hopefully 1080 60 could also be quality mode, which would be delicious. I'm very excited for this. 4K 60 FPS, not quite as good as my 8K TV, which can handle 4K 120 FPS, but it's going to be good. And in case you have no idea what I'm talking about, we did an unboxing of the LG 75 Nano 99, which we're going to have a video coming out later this week on this channel, but you can check our second channel, Brandis, for the unboxing of my 8K TV, which LG sent to me. I'm very excited about that. And I'm very excited that this episode of Hot News is over, because that means I get to work on tomorrow's episode. And so you can just relax your little heinies and wait for another episode. I'm sorry, talked about your heinies. I will now bow out and say goodbye.